Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent McCory and this is Africa 54. We begin with the crisis in Ukraine, where Russian forces are tightening their grip on Crimea Monday. A Ukrainian military spokesman says Russian forces now control 11 border guard posts across the territory. Russia's latest moves come as authorities in the breakaway territory push ahead with their plan to join Moscow. Ukraine's interim Prime Minister Arsenij Yatsenyuk has vowed not to give up a single centimeter of territory, but the chief of Crimea's election commission says he is moving ahead with preparations for next Sunday's referendum on unification with Russia.
All citizens who are registered in the territory of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea have the right to vote at this referendum, meaning that nothing will prevent them from voting.
Well, Ukraine's interim prime minister is planning to meet Wednesday with U.S. President Barack Obama in Washington to discuss the standoff over the strategic peninsula, home to a Russian-speaking majority. Well, meanwhile, events in Ukraine have reignited debate in Washington about U.S. President Barack Obama's foreign policy and whether his administration suffers from a fundamental naivety about the goals and motives of America's adversaries. Viewers, Michael Bowman reports.
Pointing to Syria's ongoing civil war bloodbath, Iran's nuclear ambitions, and Russia's intervention in Ukraine, Republican lawmakers have criticized President Obama's leadership on the world stage. Senator Ted Cruz.
A critical reason for Putin's aggression has been President Obama's weakness. That Putin fears no retribution. Their policy has been to alienate and abandon our friends.
Expanding on the critique is House Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Rogers.
Up to date, we thought it was a different century, and the administration thought, well, if we just act nice, everyone will act nice with us. And that's just, unfortunately, not the way that Putin and the Russian Federation sees the rest of the world.
The White House is not deaf to the criticism. Spokesman Jay Carney.
There is an argument out there, factless, founded on no substantiated basis, that suggests that the president of Russia has taken the action that he's taken because of actions the United States has taken. I think that any historian, anybody knowledgeable about Russia or the former Soviet Union would be as dismissive of that suggestion as I am trying to be now.
President Obama should focus on the immediate situation in Ukraine, according to analyst Michael O'Hanlon.
I don't feel like he should worry, and I don't think he is all that inclined to worry, that this broader cacophony of criticism about his supposedly feckless foreign policy needs to be proven wrong by how we react to Ukraine. The stakes are too high. The potential for doing something really wrong is too high.
O'Hanlon describes the administration's response to Ukraine as fairly robust, but adds stronger measures may be needed.
If Russia were to launch some kind of a general and blatant assault against Ukraine, I think the talk of helping Ukraine's military with various kinds of assistance should be seriously considered.
Russia says it is acting in Crimea to protect Russian nationals from what Moscow considers an illegitimate Ukrainian government. Michael Bowman, VOA News, Washington.